morning, Hickory Creek. My name is Reese Valek.
And I'm Eleni Zanitas, and today is May 1st, and this is Tiger TV.
Let's start this episode with our first segment, Week in Review. Last Saturday was Earth Day. Earth Day is an annual celebration to protect Earth's natural beauty. In Frankfurt, cleanup efforts took place with kids and adults alike to improve the planet and our town.
That's amazing. Thank you to all the people who helped out with the cleanup around our town.
It was a busy week for the track team last week. The 6th graders did an amazing job with their meet on Monday. They went over to Mokina and ran against Summit Hill.
On Tuesday, the 7th and 8th graders went up against Mokina and represented HCMS well, and many runners were able to break their personal records.
That's right. On Wednesday, the 6th graders had a meet here at the creek. And then on Thursday, the 7th and 8th graders traveled to Liberty and did an amazing as always. Great job, Tigers. We are so proud of you.
The Scholastic Bowl team hosted the IESA State Regionals on Wednesday.
Well, how do they do?
They won! Congratulations to our Scholastic Bowl team for winning regionals. We wish you the best on your road to IESA State competition.
On Tuesday, the debate club had their last meeting. The argument was whether schools are teaching students the right materials to be successful in life.
Both sides fought hard to prove their argument, but the negative side came out on top due to the fact that they had more evidence to support their claim.
Interesting. We were able to ask Miss Strohs to tell us a little about how she felt about the first year of the debate club. Let's take a look at the clip.
Debate Club had a fast-paced season full of learning, critical thought, and challenges and victories. Our members were dedicated, passionate, and will become wonderful leaders. Mrs. Filippo and myself are so proud of the work that you guys did to lay the groundwork for this club. Our first season will always be our best.
On Wednesday, it was Administrative Assistance Day. It's a day to show how much we appreciate the assistance of our communities.
Yeah, so we used that day to celebrate Miss Rocher, Miss Burns, and Miss Nelson. And they are fantastic. We are so lucky to have them.
So, the next time you see one of our wonderful administrative assistants, thank them for all the hard work they do for our school.
Next, we have our HCMS Music Spotlight, where we look at one of our music groups here at the Creek.
This week, we will get a special sneak peek from our school musical, Shrek the Musical. We hope you enjoyed the cast of Shrek performing the song, Story of My Life. Let's take a listen.
Around and treated like a freak. That's the story of my life. Yes, sir. That's the story of my life. For me. That's the story of my life.
Bravo! Such a talented group of actors, the dancers and singers.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what the final production will look like.
Great job to all the cast members who are preparing for the curtain to open.
Don't forget that all grades will have a chance to see the musical for free during school on May 14th.
Really?
Yeah, and after that, you can bring your family back that weekend to see the show as well.
Great job to all the cast members who are working hard to make the show great. We want to say, keep up the good work.
And now, let's move on to my favorite feature.
Is it Random Facts with Humans?
No, it's Joke of the Week.
Oh, that's my favorite too.
Well, anyway, this week we will feature 8th grader Sophia White. Let's hear it.
Hey HCMS, I'm Sophia and this is your Joke of the Week. Where does fruit go on vacation? Paris. Get it? Pear is.
Thank you for that, Sophia. That made everyone laugh.
And now, let's move on to our Random Fact with Humans.
This week, our random fact is brought to us by 6th graders Angelina Gonzalez, Lily Harvey, and Molly Shanahan.
Random facts with humans.
Did you know you could go professional in cup stacking?
Random facts with humans.
Nice job, ladies. Who knew cup stacking could be a profession? Very interesting.
It is time for our next segment, announcements and upcoming events, where we let you know what's happening at the Creek this week.
And as always, we are going to dive into the segment with some library news.
Something very odd happened last week. We found a mouse in the library. It ran around the place and scurried into Mrs. Rain's coffee machine. But no worries, the mouse was freed.
Aw, maybe that little mouse just wanted to read a book and have a nice cup of coffee.
That does sound nice, but unfortunately, the library is closing on May 12th.
Forever?
No, it's just for the end of the school year, which means all books must be returned by then. But if you've lost a book, it must be paid for or replaced by that date.
If you haven't had a chance to see all the great activities that Miss Raines had available to celebrate Library Appreciation Month, then you must check it out.
There are tons of great pictures of book face challenges, plus some really creative backup poems.
Not to mention some other fun activities like sticker murals and Guess That Book contests.
Speaking of the book guessing contest, we have 3 winners of the book guessing contest celebrating Library Month.
Drum roll, please! Congratulations to Miss Strohs and Lucy Howroyd, who both recognized one of the books, and 8th grader Jonathan S., who recognized both books. Please stop by the library this week and pick up your prize.
While you are visiting the library, you can pick up one of the 2024 Coddle books.
That's right. Get a head start on reading at least 3 of the books now that you can attend the voting party and vote for the next year's winner.
Since the Scholastic Bowl team won regionals, the Tigers advanced to sectionals today. Good luck to an amazing group of competitors.
The Student Council has a meeting tomorrow on Tuesday from 2:30 to 3:30, where they will be discussing ways to make our school more fun and a better place to be.
That's right. One of the things that they will be talking about is our themed Thursday.
This week, our themed Thursday is Decade Day. Be sure to dress up like they did in any decade from the 20th century. We can't wait to see everyone go back in time.
What decade are you going to dress up as?
I don't know. 70s or the 80s would be fun.
Nice. The art club will also be meeting on Tuesday from 2:30 to 3:30. We hope to see all of the art club members growing and improving as artists.
It's very neat. You know what else is a neat club?
What?
Best Buddies.
Oh, yeah. Best Buddies will have their meeting of the year next Monday on May 8th.
A special thank you to all our Best Buddies and the sponsors of that fantastic club.
Don't forget that we have a hot lunch on Wednesday. We will have Giordano's cheese pizza, an icy from Zarlengo's, and a bottle of water.
Sounds delicious. Be sure to bring in money if you would like to buy an extra slice or two.
Also on Wednesday, the HCMS Chorus will be taking a trip to Lincoln Way East to get a sneak peek at the LWE SpongeBob the Musical.
What a fun trip. But if you are not in chorus and you still want to go see SpongeBob the Musical, then you're in luck.
The Lincoln Way East Spring Musical, SpongeBob, is on May 5th through 7th in the LWE Auditorium. There are 4 performances, so you get every opportunity to check it out. You can find more information on the Lincoln Way East Music Department page. You can also go purchase tickets there.
Our HCMS Orchestra has been practicing very hard for their spring orchestra concert. You should come check it out on Tuesday at 6 p.m. in the large gym. It will also be live streamed, so you can still watch it on the Tiger TV YouTube page.
Today, the 7th and 8th grade track and field athletes are competing with Homer and Bourbonnais Upper Grade Center. It will be the end of the season for non-conference athletes.
There will also be a DPVC Track and Field Championship at Memorial Stadium in Juliet at 10:30 a.m. Go Tigers!
Did you know that May is Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month?
That's right! Each year, the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation holds its annual walk event, Great Strides, taking steps to cure cystic fibrosis.
Over the past 16 years, HCMS has participated in this event and raised over $60,000 for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
This year, we will have our annual CF Challenge. During this challenge, there will be morning announcements every day with inspiring quotes and interesting facts about CF.
There will also be Tiger Time advisory lessons on Tuesdays that will help us answer 2 essential questions. What is cystic fibrosis, and how can we help others in need?
One simple way to help those with CF is to support the CF Foundation. The Foundation's mission of finding a cure for every single person with CF has accelerated over the past 5 years. The path to a cure includes finding a new way of researching while also driving process towards making CF stand for Cure Found. We will walk again this year for those living with CF. Will you help us?
At the end of this month, We will walk the track in honor of those living and fighting this disease. There's a school-wide page set up to help raise funds for the HCMS team, with all proceeds going directly to the CF Foundation. Check the link on the screen and in the description for more information. You can also find a link on your teacher web pages. Thank you in advance for your donation.
Our school-wide goal this year is to raise $10,000. I know we can do it, but just to make it a little more fun, the first 50 students who have donated $25 or more in their name will receive a participation t-shirt.
Thank you in advance, HCMS, for helping make CF stand for Cure Found.
Speaking of our CF challenge, we have a CF hat lunch this Friday.
We will be having Giordano's pizza, an icy from Zarlango's, and a bottle of water.
All the proceeds from the hot lunch go directly to help our CF challenge and to help find a cure for CF. So be sure to bring in extra money and buy an extra slice or two.
On Monday and Tuesday, the 8th graders will be attending a presentation given by Steen Metz, who is a Holocaust survivor.
Steen Metz, along with his parents, were deported to the Resignstadt concentration camp on October 2nd, 1943. He was only 8 years old at the time. There were 15,000 children in this camp, and he is one of the 1,500 who survived.
This is an amazing opportunity for the 8th graders to hear a living Holocaust survivor share his experience. I'm sure they will learn so much from the presentation.
Hola, estudiantes! Last week, Wednesday, the Spanish Club had their final weekly meeting for the year. However, you still have an opportunity to celebrate culture and cuisine this Thursday, May 4th, restaurant outing. They will be meeting at Amigos in Frankfurt at 3:30 p.m. See Senora Black or her teacher page for more information. Hasta pronto!
That sounds like so much fun. In fact, this week's teacher feature is about Cinco de Mayo.
Let's take a look as the HCMS Spanish department tells us a little about this important holiday.
What's up, Hickory Creek? I'm Miss Vallejo.
I'm Mrs. Bartolomeo.
And I'm Mrs. Black. You probably know that Cinco de Mayo means May 5th in English, but do you know why people in the United States celebrate this day? Hint, it's not Mexican Independence Day. That's on September 16th.
Cinco de Mayo is a day of pride for many Chicanos, or Mexican Americans living here in the United States. This day was chosen as a day to show pride and to celebrate the influence of Mexican Americans in the U.S. While Cinco de Mayo is acknowledged and celebrated in some parts of Mexico, it is not a federal holiday.
On May 5th, 1862, in the Battle of Puebla, a makeshift Mexican army handed the powerful Napoleon's French army their first loss in over 200 years of battle. Despite defeating the French at Puebla, Mexico ultimately did lose the war, and France occupied Mexico for 2 years.
15 years prior to the Battle of Puebla, parts of California and the Southwest were given to the United States by the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo in 1848. Many Mexicans overnight became U.S. citizens. So, in 1863, Chicanos in Los Angeles, California, started to celebrate the anniversary of this great victory.
Many years later, in the 1960s and 70s, social and political change was widespread throughout the U.S. Many organized to seek to improve the lives of minorities and underserved populations. The Chicano movement sought to improve the lives of Mexican Americans throughout the Southwest, California, and parts of Florida. This movement was said to be the movement of movements, as it has not only impacted labor rights, but also education reform and land reclamation.
Dolores Huerta and Cesar Chavez were the co-founders of the National Farm Workers Association. They led and organized nonviolent resistance to improve the working conditions, the pay, and human rights of the farm workers across the country. The Chicano leaders wanted a day to celebrate their own Mexican American culture and heritage. They selected Cinco de Mayo because they felt the Battle of Puebla provided inspiration for them to overcome their own trials and seek justice at the time. After all, a makeshift army of peasant farmers overcame all odds to defeat a more powerful and well-equipped forces of the Napoleon French army.
Today on Cinco de Mayo, many people across the U.S. enjoy Mexican cuisine, watch traditional baile folkloro, listen to mariachi bands, and celebrate the influence of Mexican Americans in the United States. Feliz Cinco de Mayo!
Wow, thank you so much for a great explanation of Cinco de Mayo. I totally thought it was to celebrate Mexican Independence Day.
Well, now you know the real reason Cinco de Mayo is so important.
Pod Squad has a meeting this Wednesday from 2:30 to 3:30. Thank you to all the members of this fantastic club. A positive message is always a good message.
The 13th annual talent show application sheets were due on Friday, the 28th. However, if you still want to be a part of the show, message Mr. Wonder as soon as possible.
If you applied, your audition will be in the next 2 weeks during your lunch. Mr. Wonder will start a Microsoft team and add you to it, so be on the lookout for more information.
And last, but certainly not least, it is time to end our show with this week's character focus quote, themed around this month's character trait, positivity.
Alexander Graham Bell once said, "When one door closes, another opens. But we often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the one which has opened for us." This is such a great quote. It really helps me try to remember to keep my eyes open for new opportunities, especially when I may be disappointed or sad about a hardship.
Well, that's what's happening at the creek this week. See you next week. Have a great Monday and an awesome week, Tigers.
Have a good one.